Hey, you guys. Welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I'm Josh Mitty.
And I'm Noelle Mcavoy.
All right, so we got a great show for you guys today. Let's start off talking about what we got going on today.
Well, we've got some events.
We've got some events.
Yeah. And as you noticed, it's only two of us today.
And no ASAP because he's got his big show this morning.
Yep, starting at 10 a.m. Is that at the Governor's Ballroom?
Yep, it's the Governor's Ballroom, and it's a remake of It's a remake and an update of the Lawrence Welk Show. So it'll be like the Lawrence Welk Show with updated music.
Yeah, it should be really fun.
Pretty fun. And we've got some other great stuff going on for today's show. We've got some city council stuff to talk about. We've also got to show you the homecoming parade, which Noelle starred in.
Yeah, I got to host it with Joel. That was really fun. It was so long. Hour and 45 minutes, that parade.
That's a long parade.
148 floats, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Pretty amazing. And thinking about it, I just think it's funny how the different news stations are all there.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's competitive. Who's got the better float?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did see the news station floats, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny too.
So.
Competing with each other.
Yeah. And we've got some mags too, so let's start off with some mags.
Yeah.
And
new programming.
Yeah. So we've got some programming. I'm going to do it a little differently than Scott does because I'm going to pull up the Channel 89 schedule, and the first thing that we're going to show you is the Missoula City Band. So it's the Montana Sentinel Band Celebration.
Nice.
And it's going to be playing tomorrow at 6 p.m. So why don't we show you that? Cool.
I know, God, love that saxophone. I love saxophone. That's awesome.
Why isn't there more saxophone in rock and roll music?
I don't know.
It used to be big, like in the 70s and 80s. So it should come back.
I agree. I think so too. I love horns. Yeah.
So
coming up
next, let me pop back to the calendar here. So the calendar says that the next thing coming up is the China Confronts Asia, Implications for the United States.
Ooh.
Professor Steve Levine discusses China's attitudes and actions towards its Asian neighbors.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's going to be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So let's show that.
So the end of the war seemed to be a promise that things would get better and better and that there would be peace. This was the premise of the victory over Japan. Since that, and at the end of the war as well, there was a popular song called "To Be Specific, It's Our Pacific." Now that's pretty clever, isn't it? To be specific, it's our Pacific. And in fact, that was the case back then in 1945. And it remains the case essentially right down to 2014.
All right, so that's the next thing we're going to show. Well, the next thing we're going to show just popped up, but let me explain what it is. So tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. is Tell Us Something.
Nice.
It's called, it says, the synopsis for it is bringing the Missoula community together for a night of true personal storytelling told live and without notes, based upon a theme, and it was recorded on August 19th, 2014. So let's take a look at Tell Us Something.
Okay. Hi, folks. How you doing? I have traveled quite a bit, and one of my favorite things about traveling is getting to meet local folks, and also just the openness that so many people find. This openness of having a stranger either come into your home for a meal or maybe stay overnight, somebody you just don't know at all. So when we're back here in Missoula, this was quite a few years ago, we were big fans of the couch surfing website, where essentially you open up your home to people, they kind of have a profile, and you can see recommendations. And so we had dozens of people stay with us from all around the country doing cross-country bike trips or road trips or just coming to Missoula for a job interview, something like that. And it was always just a wonderful experience. I love showing people around Missoula and showing the places that I'm from.
All right, so that's tomorrow at 10:30 p.m.
Have you ever been to one of those Tell Us Something?
I have not.
They're really neat.
Yeah?
You just have like 10 minutes and you just share a story of what the theme is.
Cool.
Yeah,
Have
it's
you
really cool.
you seen people you know do it or something?
Well, we did it in my acting class last semester.
Oh,
so
nice.
I thought that was sweet. And I like see flyers up for it like all over the place, you know?
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Kind of cool. But so we're going to harp on our websites.
Yeah, let's harp on our website. Facebook.
Sweet.
Got Twitter, which looks pretty
just
much
like
the
our
same.
Facebook.
And here's Noelle with what was this guy?
Kenny Scabby Robes.
Kenny Scabby Robes.
Yeah, from the Black Lodge Singers. Yeah.
And
they were cool.
Yeah, that was a cool episode that we had with him coming in and you doing the bah.
Oh yeah. So our guest on Friday, he was like singing songs and he sang Old MacDonald and I had to do the animal noises. I don't know if you caught Friday's show, but it was kind of funny.
One thing I wanted to talk about is the Do It in 72 contest, which is coming up. So here's the flyer for it.
So Do It in 72, it is a movie making contest. So it starts October 10th at 5. You come into the studio and they give you like a list of what you need to have in your movies, or else you can check online. And you only have 72 hours to complete your movie with everything in it. You're welcome to use all of MCAT's equipment and all of our computers and editing and everything. Yeah. And so the grand prize is
$500.
Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. So yeah, you come in, you don't know what to expect is the idea. It's all impromptu. So you come in on your toes. You got to be on your toes for 3 days.
Yeah.
To make it happen.
I think that's cool. I think that's really neat. Yeah. A good way to earn money, like, $500, that's a lot, especially, well, for anyone, I don't know.
And I guess the homecoming hustlers, they're the ones that can eat whatever they want to.
Oh.
Sorry, that started
yeah.
But,
what you just heard was our homecoming parade.
Yeah, let's show it.
Show a little bit of piece of that, yeah.
The tailgate later, having exercised this morning.
That's right. So things to keep in mind, the homecoming hustle is going to go by here in just a few minutes. We are the parade today, kind of a cool deal. We are going to be live on MCAT, so we're glad that MCAT is here with us. And so we'll be live on MCAT throughout the parade today as well.
All right, we are Scott and Paula from 107 The Ranch. Happy to be here announcing the floats as they go by and our dignitaries for the parade this year. We know Montanans don't let a little rain on the parade spoil the fun. It's drizzling just a little bit, but I know you'll stick around for the entire parade and you'll be over to cheer on your Montana Grizzlies a little bit later.
Yeah, big weekend in Missoula, so we're glad you're here with us. The race, the homecoming hustle will start in just a few minutes.
Manager, Missoula Community Access Television. I'm here with Noelle Mcavoy. And Noelle, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. I'm so excited to be here on this wonderful, gloomy day, but it's nice out here.
It's surprisingly warm. And we're right by the review stand, so you can hear them in the background. And they just mentioned this is the largest parade in U of M history. This is September 2014. So we're going to let you enjoy the parade on this cable cast. We're trying to cable cast it live, you guys, and you may not even hear us, but it will replay on Monday. So give us a call at MCAT 542-6228 if you want the replay time. Anything more to add? Here they come.
Yes, well, it has been 100 years for the journalism school. So look out for the journalism parade, for the journalism float, as they're celebrating their centennial. So it's kind of cool. 100 years. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Thanks for joining us, you guys, and enjoy the parade from MCAT.
All right. So should we show some more of the parade? But I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. So it'll be the parade will be on channel 189 at 7:30 tonight.
7:30.
Right? 7:30.
And it's on our Facebook page.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, MCAT's Facebook. So if you miss a parade and want to check it out in its entirety, it's an entire hour and 45 minutes, you can.
Yeah.
So
if you're really into parades, this is the perfect opportunity for you.
To just sit back and drink hot chocolate and watch it.
Yeah. But I think you did a really good job. So,
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. I thought so too. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was the guy filming you guys, so you can see the back of my head.
As soon as you left, I just was like, oh, I'm not as good as Josh is. Yeah, I'm more for on TV, not behind the camera. But yeah, let's talk about our weather.
Yeah, go for it.
As we've all noticed, it's starting to be fall. It's a little cold. So today, it's currently 52 degrees, so that's nice. It's windy out there. But scattered showers today, high of 65. Tonight will be a low of 50. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It looks like it'll be starting to get kind of nice by Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday and Friday will be 60s. It'll be mostly sunny, so it'll be a nice fall day. And got rain up until then.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
It is.
It's getting, crappy outside.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's okay, though. I don't know. It's about time, but our summer was so short, I feel like.
Yeah. It always feels short.
It does.
People always complain about the heat during summer, and then I think it's so dark.
Yeah.
Winter's so dark and depressing. How can you complain about the heat when it's just so sunny out? Nice.
I know. I hate when everyone complains about the heat. I'm just like, you guys, what are you doing? Come on.
This is Montana. It's dark for like 8 months.
Seriously, 8 months, yeah. And then we have that little bit of sunlight and brightness for like 4 months. So it's just like, come on. Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, so do we have anything else to talk about before we jump into the city council?
No, let's go into the city council.
Are we missing anything?
What's going on?
Cool. All right, well, let me open up my special book here.
Mm-hmm.
Help me with my notes. My notes will help me. So the Missoula Organization of Realtors talks about the relationship that it has with the city's economy. This is Economic Development Subcommittee. So let's hear from Ruth Link from the Missoula Organization of Realtors.
So obviously we don't have quite the full 3/4 in here, but I got in through the 22nd just so that we had some numbers to go off of. And then I did a comparison for those exact same dates back to 2011. So what's interesting that we're seeing this year is we had an incredibly slow spring first quarter. And so at the beginning of the year, we were at like a very small percentage of our actual normal sales for that time of year. A lot of it had to do with the weather and just a number of other. So through the summertime, we started to see the real estate market build up again, but we did not see the recovery of that loss, basically. So I think, especially considering that our real estate market is very seasonal, it's probably pretty unlikely that we're going to catch up to what we did last year. So same time, year to date, number of homes sold, we're down just about 100 homes sold from this time compared to last year. And overall for the entire market, that's looking like it's going to probably stay that way. The interesting thing, though, is last year was a blip. So last year we were up almost 200 homes from the year before at that same time period. So, maybe last year with the interest rates being what they were, it might have just encouraged a few more people to get into the market that might not have, or might have done this year as opposed to last year. So absorption rate is basically you take the last 30 days, you take the number of active listings and you divide that number, and it gives you the number of months to work through the inventory that you have. What's considered normal is about 3 to 9 months. As you can see, this absorption rate in the past year, starting from September 2013, that January through about March, we were well above normal in our absorption rates. We had homes on the market, but nothing was selling. Everything was covered in snow, and people weren't really willing to get out and look at homes at that point. So once we actually moved into the summertime, May through July, and even through now, we started seeing absorption rates go pretty significantly the other direction, especially in certain price points where supply has actually been a problem. Homes in the $200,000 range are, if they're in any sort of decent shape, they go incredibly quickly, often with multiple offers. And they're in very high demand. And actually I did this absorption rate just as of yesterday. And basically what it shows us is that the absorption rate for homes under 300,000 is under 4 months. So it's got a lot of activity in that market. And then of course, over 300,000, you're up above, you're almost in a full year of absorption rate. So the market is actually, surprisingly, that's a lot better than it used to be. But it's still a lot slower than anything under $300,000, which is definitely showing a demand for that type of building. I think a really big story here is our median price. We saw a reduction of a small amount when we had the recession, but it has jumped significantly, and it's really jumped across all neighborhoods as well. So we're up to $225,000, Jason.
All right, so let's just,
Cool.
that's kind of what's going on with the realtor
Yeah,
market.
that's really interesting. So I wonder what factors are at play for like people. It's interesting that like weather determines like if people go out and absorb more or not, or that's neat.
Yeah, I mean, I think the economy suffered as a whole because of the whole polar vortex thing.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Less
I think
jobs
so too.
and everything. So.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think so too. And so now prices of houses are going up, but they're not buying as much this year as they were last year, right?
No, last year was like off the charts.
Yeah.
So that apparently.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
It was a really good season for them last year, but.
Yeah, I wonder what factors are involved that made that happen that way. Cool.
Well, here's some more graphs.
Nice.
To tell you what is going on. This is about housing affordability, and basically what they say is that we need companies to bring in higher paying wages, or we need to support companies that pay higher wages because basically for a 4-person household, $200,000 is a lot of money in Missoula. So at any rate, let's let Ruth Link explain the details here.
And just because I wanted to look at that $225,000, because we talk about affordability a lot. And I think affordability plays a really big role in economic development. It's hard to bring companies in when they know that the people who are going to be working for them could potentially not be able to afford to live in this community. So I did a housing affordability index. These 2007 to 2013 are all full years, but it's the numbers I had to work with. And then 2014 is that 225 year to date. And we actually are seeing that it's less affordable now than in 2007, which was pre-bubble. And that's pretty significant. We talk, I think during the recession, it was kind of a sigh of relief in our community, like, oh good, this housing affordability thing has been solved. But I think it's actually gotten even a little bit worse. I don't think, according to this number, it is a little bit worse than it was before. And all of the affordability that we regained has basically been lost because of the inventory problems that we have, where building didn't happen and there was this pent-up demand that held for so long. So this 100 is basically, you can afford to own, if you're at 100 for the housing affordability index, you can afford the median priced home. And this is for a 4-person household, and this number is, I believe, just above 70%. So they can't, a 4-person household with the income that they have, the average or the median income, can't afford a median price home in our community. So that, I think that says 2 messages. And we need to obviously bring in jobs or support companies that hire jobs at higher wages so that brings that line up. But we also need to consider that smaller lot development, some of the things that have been kind of dirty words in our community maybe aren't the worst thing in the world. There is a need for a more affordable home. And when you look at that, the fact that under 300,000, the absorption rate is so low, I think it's telling that same story. And we really don't have anything coming up right now in development that I'm aware of that's going to be providing that same style of home that sold so well, like out on Expressway.
Okay, so yeah, that kind of shows you how the housing realty in our town directly corresponds to the economic state of our community.
Huh. So the 4-person house, that's like a 3-bedroom, right? Do you think that's like a 3-bedroom?
Probably like a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
probably like a 3-bedroom, and it shows that basically I think Missoula is a really good community.
I think so too.
And I think that it's really good for a lot of people who live here, and definitely this high student population, but I do think that it is lacking in high-paying jobs.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
I agree. Well,
and it's
also
hard to find a job in here after you're out of school and everything.
It really is, if it's not like at a restaurant or a coffee shop, yeah. And also, like, Missoula is so about, like, small business and local business, you know, but, like, those small local businesses don't have enough money to give people a lot of high-paying jobs. And so you have to bring corporations in here to give high-paying jobs, but that's not what we want.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, it's so
Conundrum.
hard, yeah, because we need high-paying jobs and more money, but we don't want corporation to take away from our local. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's a paradox.
It really is.
But
yeah.
That's what I've got for City Council, so
Cool.
let's hit it off with some events.
Yeah, I'll tell you told you guys what's going on today. There's a geology treasure hunters at Spectrum Schools Out Camp at 9 a.m. today. It goes from 9 a.m. to 4, and so if your kid wants to play hooky, take him to this. So they're going to explore rocks, and they're going to use scientific inquiry to identify minerals, study and create crystals, and build an erupting supervolcano. That'll be sweet. Discover global positioning systems, GPS, and use GPS to uncover hidden jewel caches. That's for ages 6 to 7 and 8 to 10. $50 for non-members, 10% member and sibling discount. Scholarships are available for those in need. You can call 728-STEM, 728-7836 to enroll. There's Zootown Kickers. This is for ages 2 to 3.5, starting at 10 a.m. at the Missoula Indoor Soccer Arena. It's $15, and the first class is free, and they offer punch cards if you want some. And so it's just like they'll teach your child balance, coordination, overall body awareness, as well as basic fundamental soccer skills. They'll focus on teaching important life lessons such as concentration, listening skills, sharing and teamwork, forming friendships, and camaraderie. So, you know, all the basic things that your child needs to know. And as I've heard, the ages from 0 to 8 are really important for,
Development.
Yeah, development. Thanks. Yeah. Every Monday is Moscow Monday at the Montgomery Distillery. It starts at noon. Every Monday is $1 from each cocktail sold. They'll go to a different nonprofit organization in the Missoula area. And I wasn't sure. It didn't give me a website so I could see what their nonprofit was today. But either way, if you go, you'll be helping out, giving back. So it's from 12 to 8, 129 West Front Street. There is a beginner's brush up bridge group at the Missoula Center today, starting at 1. The advanced bridge group meets at 1 at the center on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and on Fridays there's party bridge. And there's a $1.25 fee charge to cover expenses. Every Monday from 5 to 7, the Top Hat will host 2 hours of live Dead music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Got 40 years of the Grateful Dead. Yeah, it's free and it's for all ages.
I know people who are young and old who like the Grateful Dead,
Yeah,
so
me too.
40 years is
It's
a long
timeless.
time to be rocking.
Yeah, it is. I know.
It is timeless.
40 years, heck yeah. There's an apprentice-level beekeeping course put on by the School of Extended and Lifelong Learning Center starting at 5 p.m. It goes from September 29th to October 31st, and this course is actually online. And so if you go to the university website and type in School of Extended and Lifelong Learning, it'll come up with the website. But it's apprentice course, first step in Master Beekeeping Certificate Program. 20-hour course that covers histories of bees, state and federal bee laws, basics of keeping honeybees. It'll be also bee biology and care of bees throughout the year. They'll learn to recognize and treat common honeybee ailments and pests. And after you've completed it, you'll be able to go on to your journeyman level beekeeping, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is at 5 at the School of Extended Lifelong Learning. This also is online from September 29th to November 21st. It's open to those who've completed the apprentice course. It's the second step, so this is 30 hours of online discussion, life and ecology of the honeybee, honeybees' interactions with native pollinators, the plants they work with, honey marketing and labeling, evaluating scientific literature, bee poisoning, and pollinator protection. So go to the university's website and type in School of Extended and Lifelong Learning, and it'll come up with the website and all the information you need to know. The University of Montana in the Gallagher Business Room 122, there's a lecture called Real Food Rising at UM. It starts at 7:30. So the regional coordinator of the Real Food Challenge will teach us about the movement to bring local, ecological, fair, and humane food to university campuses. And they're also going to talk about where UM currently stands after signing the Real Food Campus Commitment. That'll be interesting.
Cool.
Top Hat and Big Sky Documentary Film Festival presents The Yes Men Fix the World. Is that the Top Hat? Starts at 8 p.m. All ages. It's a free show, and I'm sorry I don't have a trailer for it. Yeah, it just kind of slipped my mind. So, I don't know. Could be interesting. It's going to be Yes Men Fixing the World, so if you want to see something about that, check that out. That's what I've got going on for Monday. Up next is Tuesday events. The Children's Museum of Missoula has a fun rice table. It's your child can sift, pour, scoop the colorful rice on their sensory table. That'll be fun. 6:30. It starts from 11 to noon tomorrow. Romaines is having a benefit for youth homes and Garden City Harvest starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Romaines is at 3075 North Reserve Street, and a portion of the proceeds from that day is going to help benefit a youth farm, which is a collaboration between Garden City Harvest and youth homes. And the youth that are working with the youth farms are going to be at Romaines, like serving up salads and talking with the customers. Yeah, so that'll be really cool. That'll be fun. There's a Shooting the Bull Toastmasters at Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation starting at noon tomorrow. This is where you can go and improve your speaking abilities. It's usually just a group of people, and they all do public speaking in front of each other, and they give each other feedback and tips, and just, yeah, it's a good place to hone your public speaking abilities if you need to. There is a Divorce and Shared Parenting class, Part 1, at 6 p.m. at Children's Museum of Missoula. This is put on by Families First. It's 227 West Front Street from 6 to 9. And it's Part 1 of this 2-series class will talk about what's best for kids, learn methods for coping, what helps kids, and how to improve family communication, as well as maximize quality time with your kids. Call 721-7690 to register. Child care is available when you register, and co-parents can't take the class at the same time. So, yeah.
What exactly does that mean?
Co-parents, like you and your divorced partner can't take the class.
The same.
Yeah.
Huh.
Can't. Yeah, which is smart.
You think it's smart?
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of people who are divorced who co-parent really well nowadays.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome. Well, yeah.
People in my family and in my girlfriend's family who are co-parents, and they're just like normal people. They don't.
Yeah, they don't try to kill each other.
Yeah, they don't try to kill each other.
It's important. You can't think about the other person. You have to think about your children.
Yeah.
But then again, I have no room to talk because I don't have kids, and I'm not experiencing that. So.
Likewise.
Yeah, I have no room to talk. I have no room. Okay, so moving on. There's a picking circle at 6 p.m. at the Top Hat Lounge. Every Tuesday from 6 to 8, bluegrass-oriented musicians can go to the Top Hat, and they're in the VIP seating area above the, next to the sound booth. And they just sit in a circle and play their bluegrass instruments. So that's pretty fun. There is a Listening to Poems, a reading and lecture by Joanna Klink. This is at 6 p.m. at the University of Montana. She is going to give a reading and lecture about listening to poems as a part of the Provost Distinguished Faculty Lecture Series. That'll be interesting. Maybe there's a specific way you have to listen to poetry. I don't know.
Yeah.
There is a cooking class at Good Food Store tomorrow, just kidding, it's Tuesday, 6:30 p.m., Flavors of the World, Beef Dishes of the Middle East. That'll be cool. Good Food Store meat and seafood manager Russ Kubisak will be teaching alongside Wes Henthorn, which is a B-Bar's Big Timber Ranch manager. Cool. So they're going to highlight locally raised grass-fed beef, plus give you some unique Middle Eastern spice blends and cooking techniques. So you can combine the local with the far away. Yeah, cool. So they're going to do speared beef with pomegranate and balsamic safford style, and balsamic. So safford style beef pastries, beef meatballs with Barat spices, peas and lemon spicy grilled beef kebabs, beef butternut squash, prune, and tamarind tagine. Wow.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, that sounds intense.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to highlight locally raised grass-fed beef because, a lot of our meat these days comes from inhumane slaughter, and it's hard to eat meat sometimes if you ever go and watch the videos that they post, on PETA and stuff like that. So I think you can't stop eating meat. This is just my opinion. It doesn't represent the City of Missoula, Missoula Community Access Television, or Charter Communication. I think you can't stop eating meat, but I think you should eat the grass-fed, locally raised.
I think so too. And like
because you got to demand your meat. You know?
do, and like it has to be humane. Yeah. And like we were talking about, like with the economy, and with that's giving back to our economy. So maybe people could have higher paid jobs and buy more things.
That's
and get back into our economy. So.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, and it's expensive.
It is expensive. Basically. Oh yeah, it's expensive. It's just
But yeah, demand your meat be humanely butchered and raised and whatnot.
And that's why I would love to raise my own meat and butcher it, but I'm not hardcore enough to do that. I'd have to have someone to do it for me.
My brother's actually getting chickens.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's great. I really do. That's wonderful. You've got eggs, you have meat, you have like everything you need. Yeah. Well, not everything, but it's just a good thing to do.
It's a good start in the right direction.
It's a good practice. Yeah. Thank God Missoula is so like
progressive.
Yeah. Thank God.
Bunch of hippies.
I know, I love it. So Old Crow Medicine Show is going to be at the Adams Center tonight. They are bluegrass musicians, and they're pretty famous. They've come here once before. Show starts at 7:30. Tickets are $22.50 in advance, $27.50 day of the show, and that's tomorrow. I keep saying tonight. It's not. It's tomorrow. These are Tuesday events. I'm sorry, everyone. And then Louis Bond and the Texas Playgirl will be playing country for everyone for free at the Top Hat tomorrow. And Band in Motion plays a Badlander for free starting at 9. So that's what's going on today and tomorrow. Yeah, lots of things for you to do, family things, cooking things, going out things. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Check it out. But
sounds like a lot of good stuff is going on.
Yeah, so
one more time, let's talk about our Facebook page. If you're interested in any of the topics that we talk about during the show, you can always put your input in, share your input on our Facebook page or our Twitter page, which they look exactly the same.
Yep.
Like we always say when we
but they do.
But yeah, tweet us or post on our Facebook page actually, and check out the homecoming parade and check out our shows. We also post all of our shows on here, so if you missed if you missed this broadcast, then you can always check out our show later.
In the day.
So
that's always nice. Cool. Well, that's our show for today. We'll be back on Wednesday with more city council events, and Scott will be here, and Asaph will be here, and we'll have
the full crew.
Yep, everyone will be back together on Wednesday, and we're gonna have Missoula Aging Services.
Awesome.
Will be our guest on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're talking about, but whatever it is, it's important to our community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for Wake Up Missoula, I'm Josh Minnie.
And I'm Noelle Mcavoy. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday.